911, what's the nature of your emergency?
He was need one. Anything? One truck, white Lincoln X-ray 985, should come back up and
On March 28, 2019, in Columbia, South Carolina, 21-year-old Samantha Josephson enjoyed a night out with friends in a popular spot for college students known as 5 Points. By the time the group decided to head back home, it was then 1:30 a.m. on Friday, March 29th. But as Samantha was getting ready to leave, she noticed she had somehow gotten separated from her friends. After she hung around for a few minutes but still didn't see them, she decided she would order an Uber to get back home. Around 2 a.m., surveillance footage shows Samantha waiting for her ride outside of the Bird Dog Bar, where eventually a car she believed to be her Uber pulled up. She walked over to the dark-colored Chevy Impala and entered the vehicle to head back home. However, she never made it back, and her friends became increasingly worried when they attempted to call her several times but never got a response. Then later on Friday, around 1:30 p.m., Columbia police received a call from the student housing complex where Samantha lived. The caller was her concerned roommate phoning in to report her missing.
29/2/30, March 29, 2019.
Yeah, it's really hard.
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, we were just gonna call to let you know our friend is missing.
So you want to make a missing person report?
Yeah, it hasn't been like 24 hours or anything, but if we could go ahead and do that, like, that'd be really nice.
Yeah, it don't have to be 24 hours if we report anybody missing.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that.
Oh, no.
Okay, yeah.
What's the address? Where are you located?
1426 Main Street.
Is he missing from his address?
We went out in 5 Points last night, and she still hasn't made it home. Her phone's dead. We don't think she, like, went home with, like, a guy or anything. Like, we're, like, actually, like, worried. So, she missed work this morning.
All right. What is your apartment number?
901.
All right. And what is her name?
Samantha Josephson. She goes by Sammy.
Samantha, what's her last name?
Josephson. Josephson.
And how old is she?
21.
She white, black, Hispanic?
She's white with really dark hair. She's Jewish.
You know her date of birth?
August, someday in August. August 13th.
And what's the year?
I guess 1997 would make her, yeah, 1997.
Okay, now, but how tall do you think she is?
Probably like 5'6", maybe close to 5'7".
How much she weigh?
Probably like 145, 150.
And you remember what she was wearing?
She was wearing a bright orange shirt with black pants.
So we had a bright orange shirt and black pants.
Yes.
And how was her hair?
It was straight. It was down at the time. It's about shoulder length, maybe a little longer.
So her hair, like, is it to her neck, shoulder length?
Wait, like the length?
Yeah, you think it was her shoulder or is it past her shoulder?
A little past her shoulders, yeah.
What color is her hair?
Really dark, close to black.
And y'all was in 5 Points, you said? Last seen in 5 Points?
Yes.
Okay, and what is your name? Alright, we got it. So we're going to send an officer out there so y'all can make that report, okay?
Okay, thank you so much for the help.
You're welcome, no problem.
Alright, bye.
Bye-bye.
After the call came in on Friday afternoon, Columbia police immediately began their investigation into Samantha's disappearance. They sent out a missing persons alert, held a press conference, and even posted a picture of her on Twitter, asking the public for any information. Around that same time, in the town of New Zion, more than 60 miles away, the Clarendon County Police received a report of a body found by a pair of hunters about 40 feet off a dirt road. Columbia Police Chief Skip Holbrook said the body was located in a rural area that would be difficult to get to unless you knew how to get there. By this time, it had been about 12 hours since Samantha was last seen on the surveillance footage. Looking at the clothing and a description of the body, it was soon after identified as being Samantha, causing the investigation to turn from a missing person to a homicide. Columbia Police teamed up with the State Law Enforcement Division, where they then began searching for the vehicle seen in the surveillance footage, trying to figure out what happened in between the time Samantha got into the car and when her body was found. Then around 3 a.m. on Saturday, March 30th, a Columbia K-9 officer spotted a vehicle that matched the description about 2 blocks away from 5 Points, where Samantha went missing. The officer pulled the car over for a routine traffic stop. However, when the driver was asked to step out of the vehicle, he suddenly took off running. He was quickly apprehended and taken into custody, later being identified as 24-year-old Nathaniel David Rowland. While police were searching his car, they found several items that raised their concerns. A substantial amount of blood was found in the trunk and on the passenger side of the vehicle, along with a container of Clorox wipes, a bottle of bleach, and window cleaner. Upon searching further, they found Samantha's cell phone lying in the passenger door compartment, and after testing the blood in the vehicle, it was also confirmed to be Samantha's. After analyzing the surveillance footage, police concluded that Samantha was waiting for her Uber outside of the bar when Nathaniel allegedly pulled up next to her at 2:12 a.m. She proceeded to walk towards the car, and although police do not know what was said, they believe she mistakenly entered it after presuming he was her Uber driver. With the surveillance footage and the items found in the car, police felt they had enough evidence and charged Nathaniel with murder, kidnapping, failure to stop on police command, possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime, and simple possession of marijuana. Police also stated Nathaniel recently lived in Clarendon County and was familiar with the area where the body was found, which added further suspicions. Samantha's death was a result of multiple sharp force injuries, with numerous wounds to her head, neck, and face, upper body, a leg, and foot. Police also disclosed that the child safety locks were engaged in Nathaniel's car, so even if Samantha realized at some point that she had gotten into the wrong vehicle, she would have been unable to escape. Nathaniel was described by friends and family as a great kid from a very involved family who have stated he has no violent record. They would be surprised if he is found to be involved in Samantha's death, saying, quote, "He has never displayed these types of actions, and his character doesn't reflect an individual who would be capable of such," end quote. About 5 months earlier, in October of 2018, Nathaniel was arrested for trying to sell items that were allegedly taken during a different woman's abduction. A woman told police that 2 men carjacked her while she was at a traffic light, assaulted her, and then forced her to drive to an ATM, then to her own home, where the 2 men allegedly took the items before fleeing. The woman was never able to identify the two men, but hours after it happened, Nathaniel went to a pawn shop and tried selling those stolen items. Police were able to track the items and then arrested Nathaniel, where he was charged with obtaining goods under false pretenses valued at $2,000 or less. However, he was never charged with the alleged carjacking and kidnapping. Despite the evidence, his family believes he is innocent and they have their own theories. They claim someone else took Nathaniel's car while he was passed out at a house party Thursday night when Samantha was abducted. Then apparently, when he woke up on Friday morning, he couldn't find his keys in his pockets, so he went outside looking for his car. When he finally found it, he opened the door to find his keys inside and then discovered all the blood in the vehicle. Nathaniel had posted on his Facebook several times in the hours leading up to Samantha's death, one of his final posts being at 12:23 a.m., around 90 minutes before Samantha was seen on the surveillance footage. Although there is substantial evidence, there are still many questions to be answered in this case, such as the hows and the whys, but as for Nathaniel's trial, there's no telling when it will begin. Typically, a murder trial in Richland County doesn't start until about 2.5 years after a defendant's arrest. In the meantime, Nathaniel is being held at the Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center, awaiting his trial. A vigil was held for Samantha Josephson on Sunday, March 31st, where over 500 people showed up to honor her life. She was known as bubbly, loving, and kind, a woman who was full of life and endless potential. Her parents have stated Nathaniel took away a piece of their heart and that there are no words to describe the incredible pain he's caused. Samantha majored in political science at the University of South Carolina and was set to graduate in May, then planned on attending law school at Drexel University in the fall. After her death, bar owners in Five Points stated they were willing to do anything to help to keep their patrons out of harm's way. They came together and signed a pledge to have their door staff on the streets for the first hour after closing time, where they will help escort patrons to their rideshare and look out for any signs of trouble. Then in June of 2019, South Carolina Governor Phil Murphy joined Samantha's family in signing the Samantha L. Josephson Ride-Sharing Safety Act, also known as Sammy's Law, which requires rideshare drivers to make a few simple changes to enhance the safety of their passengers. It also makes it a crime for anyone to pose as a rideshare driver, and if you were to be found guilty of doing so, you would be fined up to $500 and/or imprisoned for up to 30 days. Samantha's family hopes the law will keep other innocent victims safe and prevent another family from experiencing the tragic loss that they've experienced.